Welcome to our Celebrity Biographies channel. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has named her successor as chairman of the Christian Democratic Union, Armin Laschet, the future Chancellor of Germany. Speaking at a pre-election event in Berlin, she recalled that the upcoming elections to the Bundestag will be the first since 1994 in which the current Federal Chancellor will not fight for re-election. Who is Armin Laschet? Let's find out a little more about him and consider the biography of the future Chancellor of Germany. Armin Laschet was born the 18th of February 1961 in Berkshire, a suburb of Aachen, about 3 kilometers from the Belgian and Dutch borders, to parents Heinrich Laschet and Marcella née Frings. He was raised in an observant Roman Catholic family. His father was a mining engineer at a black coal mine and later became an elementary school teacher and headmaster. The Laschet family is originally from Liege province in Wallonia in modern Belgium, where the family's ancestor Jacques, or Jacob, Laschet lived in Hergenrath in the Duchy of Limburg in the 18th century. Like many others in the tri-border area, the Laschets had relatives across the national boundaries, who lived in Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany and neutral Moresnet. Armin maintains close personal ties to Belgium, where members of the Laschet family still live. He attended the Pius Gymnasium in Aachen and studied law at the universities of Bonn and Munich, passing the first state examination in law in 1987. He studied journalism from 1986 to 1988. In Munich he became a member of KD Street v. Einania München, a Catholic student fraternity that is member of the Cartellverband. Laschet speaks fluent French. Armin worked as a journalist and in the publishing industry from 1986 until 1991, among other things as Bonn correspondent for Bayerischer Rundfunk. He later served as editor-in-chief of the Catholic newspaper Kirchen-Zeitung Aachen from 1991 until 1994. From 1995 to 1999, while also serving as a member of parliament, he was CEO of the Catholic publishing company Einhard Verlag, which had previously been led by his father-in-law Heinrich Malangre. Laschet is married to his childhood sweetheart Suzanne Malangre, whom he met as a child in a Catholic children's choir led by Suzanne's father, prominent business executive Heinrich Malangre. They married in 1985. The couple has 2 sons and a daughter. The family resides in Aachen's Berkshire district. His wife belongs to a prominent Aachen family of French-speaking Walloon origin and is the niece of CDU politician and Lord Mayor of Aachen Kurt Malangre. The Malangre family moved from Haine-Saint-Pierre in Belgium to Stolberg to establish a glass production business in the second half of the 19th century. His son Johannes, Joe, Laschet, who studied law, is a blogger and model, described as a fashion influencer on Instagram. Following the 1994 national elections, Laschet became a member of the German Bundestag. He was on the Committee for Economic Cooperation and Development and on the Committee for European Union Affairs. As member of the European Parliament, Armin served on the Committee on Budgets between 1999 and 2001 and on the Committee on Foreign Affairs between 2002 and 2005. In the latter capacity, he served as the Parliament's rapporteur on relations between the EU and the United Nations. Under Minister-President, Prime Minister, Jürgen Rutgers in North Rhine-Westphalia, Laschet served as State Minister for Generations, Family, Women and Integration from 2005 until 2010, and as State Minister for Federal Affairs, Europe and Media from 2010. In 2010, he unsuccessfully ran against Norbert Röttgen for the post of CDU chairman in the state. When Röttgen resigned from that office in 2012, Laschet was elected as his successor. On the 4th of December 2012, he was elected as one of 5 deputy chairpersons of the following Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer's announcement on the 10th of February 2020 that she would step down as CDU party leader before the end of 2020 and would not stand as a candidate for chancellor in the 2021 federal elections. Laschet announced at a national press conference on the 25th of February 2020 that he would run for the party presidency, and thus also for the chancellorship. He named Jens Spahn as his vice presidential candidate, with Friedrich Merz and Norbert Röttgen as his challengers. Polls subsequently showed that voters rated Laschet's management of the COVID-19 pandemic in Germany's most populous state poorly. The election of the new CDU party president, after several postponements due to the coronavirus epidemic, took place only at the 2-day party congress in mid-January 2021, which was the first fully digital congress in the party's history. On the second day of the Congress, the 16th of January 2021, Laschet 38.42% of the votes in the first round and 52.79% in the second round. He thus became the new president of the CDU. However, the strong intra-party divisions that were also evident in the vote could have led to a joint CDU-CSU chancellorship candidacy for Markus Söder, the president of the smaller Bavarian sister party, the CSU. Polls conducted immediately before the party congress showed that 55% of voters considered Söder a good candidate for chancellor, while 80% of CDU-CSU supporters thought he was a good candidate, compared to only 27% and 32% respectively for Laschet. Söder opted for a wait-and-see strategy, finally announcing at a press conference in Munich on the 19th of April 2021 that he would not delay the nomination of his candidate for chancellor as the federal elections approached, and that he and his party, the CSU, would therefore accept the decision of the CDU's big sister, executive board meeting, which began that day, as binding on both him and his party, the CSU. Subsequently, following a late-night meeting of the CDU leadership in Berlin, it was announced that in a secret ballot, 77.5% of those present at the meeting had finally backed Laschet, compared to just 22.5% for Söder. Thus, it was a foregone conclusion that Armin Laschet would be in the running to become chancellor of the CDU-CSU coalition in September 2021. Subsequently, Laschet tried to channel the far greater popularity of his biggest rival within the CDU by recruiting Merz to his campaign team, saying that he belonged in the team, and that his economic and financial expertise would be crucial in helping them to overcome the huge challenge of the pandemic in a sustainable way. After having been chosen as his party's candidate to succeed Merkel in the national elections, Laschet was initially seen as having made an uncertain start to his campaign and faced calls to chart a more right-wing course to win back voters disenchanted by the incumbent coalition government. However, the party's win in the Saxony-Anhalt elections was later interpreted as a boost to Laschet. Laschet presented the joint CDU-CSU election platform with Söder on the 21st of June 2021. In the program, they stated that combating the pandemic, climate change and defending prosperity and freedom are global challenges, and that their goal is to create a Germany open to the world, which strives for both modernization and green policies. German Chancellor Angela Merkel named the chairman of the Christian Democratic Union Party Armin Laschet as her successor on August 21, 2021. The politician noted that she highly values Laschet's personal qualities, in particular, his primary attention to the dignity of people, to the construction of bridges between them. That's all for now. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe and be sure to hit the bell to be the first to know about the release of the new video.